Hi, English 111 Online. I have finished grading your essays from week 4. A few things that I wanted to go over with you guys. I want to show you how to view your grade and your feedback, and then I want to show you some resources that have been provided to you guys. Um, as you know, it's an English class, and it's not expected that you learn every single thing you need in the first couple weeks. And so I'll be, composing some and reformatting some lessons as I see that your independent needs are met, because we're all coming from different backgrounds. Some of us have been out of school longer than others, um, those sorts of things. So I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that the feedback that I'm given, some of it is relevant to some lessons that we've done rather, and some of it is relevant to things that we are going to do and fix, but that I want you to be aware of. So the first thing is undergraded assignments. If you'll notice, there's a guide to MLA and Google Docs, and it shows you exactly what MLA should look like. Now, if you are in your Gmail, what you can do is you can steal my document. I will allow it. I'm giving you permission. Notice it is in MLA format. Okay, and it's even got some samples, and I've got some comments on there. I don't know how many people accessed it, but I can surely go and look. So what you would do is you go to File and Make a Copy if you want to use the template. So you go up to File, Make a Copy, and guess what? You will forever have a paper that's formatted in MLA format. You just go up and File, Make a Copy every time. So you're welcome for that. Okay, so take note of that under graded assignments. The next thing is specific directions on how to turn in your essay. I don't know that anybody had any problems with that. I know of 2 people who have already wanted to use their late pass, which is fine, but that's up there, and that'll be up there for the duration. Blogs are still up there. The practice blog entry, if you have not posted your practice blog entry, if you would just put it up there, that's just a way I can go in and check, and I'll probably be checking this weekend just to see that people are keeping up with their blog entries and making some comments on your blog. But the Unit 1 is for a grade. Now, I haven't graded those yet because I wanted to read your essays first so that I could then backlog and grade those in terms of the assignments that you've had, like the readings and so forth. So if you want to look at your grade, you go under graded assignments and you go to process essay number 1. That's the only essay that we've done. And you will see a little document underneath submission title, and you will see a grade. Now, if you want to see the comments that are on your essay, you will hit that little button that says essay number 1 or peanut butter and jelly or whatever you decided to name it. Okay, and then you go in. Now, I just uploaded some sort of dummy document here. It's some committee agenda or whatever from 8 years ago. So what you would do if you want to look at feedback is you have to hit grade mark. Okay, now notice when you hit grade mark, little bubbles come up. Okay, you can hover over the little bubbles and it'll give you specific feedback on that line. Okay, so lots of people, I think everybody had at least 5 or 6 bubbles. And then you can go over here to the right at the bottom, and you can see your rubric, and you can see where you struggled. So for instance, for me, it was my grammar. And so that was a place that I need to work on. So you can also go over here to the bubble where there will be comments for you. So you copied this. There's also a way to upload audio comments. So I might play around with that next time, where I can talk to you while I'm looking at your essay. So that's another feature I'm going to explore. Now, there's also the originality button. For some reason, it's not working, but you can go over to originality, and it'll tell you if your parts of your paper can be found online, or if parts of your paper were taken from someone else who took this class 2 years ago. So it keeps up with that. So that'll be up there too. So you can always hit the originality button and see places where you used other sources and make sure. So that's that in terms of being able to view your grade. Now, another thing, we're going to go back to the home page. I want to show you. Let me see. This should be up here, but is not. There should be. Okay. All right. I don't see that. Okay. There should be a block over here that says resources. So I will have to figure out where that went. Yeah, I'm not sure where it went. Okay. So I'll have to find that for you. But there's is a block with that says the English 111 Lib Guide that has some really good stuff on it too to help you. And so undergraded assignments, there you go. There's your stuff. So week 4, there's the group work sign-up sheet. So if you have not signed up for a group, please do so. When it comes to week 7, you will have to what's the word I'm looking for here? Activate, I guess, your group, and you guys will help each other edit and revise your essays. So it's important to sign up for the group work now, share each other's blogs, because week 7 is when I'm going to start looking for that group interaction. And so go ahead and sign up and start kind of looking and peeking in at how that works. So everyone should be hopefully close to finish with week 4 and working on week 5. Okay. Now your writing prompt this time is kind of fun. Okay, you get to compare and contrast stereotypes or misconceptions about your chosen profession. So whichever profession you want, if you want to keep talking about firefighters, that's fine. If you want to keep talking about engineers, that's fine. Okay, there's some guiding questions here for you. So you're going to compare what people think you do versus what you actually do. Now, what's kind of funny about this is you see these things happening all the time. So if you go to Google, you can type in stereotypes about teachers. And it corrected it for me. There we go. And you can go over to images and you can get some ideas. So there are memes all over the place. Okay. So what my friends think I do, they think you just lounge around all day. What your mom thinks you do, they think you just bum money all the time because you're not making any. Society thinks maybe you're just picketing and harassing the government. Students just think that you yell at them. Look at what you're doing. You think that you kind of lead people to safety, and then what I really do is, that it's a 3-ring circus. So, and you can do that for pretty much any job. You can kind of find those memes to kind of help you understand, compare what other people think you do versus the realities of your job. Okay. Now, for this prompt, notice you will need, lots of sources. Okay. So, and you'll need lots of 3 credible sources. And what you will do is an interview. Okay. So, you will interview someone whom you can talk to, who might have a friend that's an engineer that can tell you about engineering, or you might talk about a nurse that you know. If you need help finding someone, let me know, because there's always somebody on campus you can call or email. Don't feel like you have to go anywhere. And so you will want to look for an interview. Now, if push comes to shove, you can always see if you can find an interview maybe on YouTube from like a news agency. And that would be the only thing that I would accept. So those are things that you should be working on this week, is looking at that prompt and looking at evidence, types of evidence, ways that you can find evidence, and then focusing on your compare and contrast prompt. Now, I will tell you that this might be the wrong one. Oh, there's some. Okay. Yep. That you do have a writing practice this week, and it is timed, and it's important that you do it. I think it's in essays and type of evidence. Okay. And one thing that you are going to need to do, is there's a writing practice here. Okay. And you need to follow the directions carefully. You'll have 30 minutes to do it. So anything over 30 minutes, and you will not get your bonus points. So you'll fill this out, and then you will set your timer for 30 minutes. Okay. And you'll just fill this out and hit continue and type right in the box. Now, if you want to kind of force it to go out, you can, but I don't see a reason to. So I'm going to show you age range, took the placement test, had to leave early, did know we had a writing center, very comfortable, yes, enrolled online. Then I hit continue. Now notice you can type right in there. So if you wanted to make it a little bigger, you could go up here and just zoom in. Oh, I'm not zoomed in anyway, so you might not need to. Okay, so you will just type your response right there. Okay, please read the directions and be careful in terms of how you complete it. So that is this week in a nutshell. Last week you refined and got introduced to compare and contrast essays, and then you looked at word choices. So those lessons, if you are a little bit behind, try to catch up. But it's important that you do these things in order. And so I noticed a lot of people in their essays made some silly mistakes, and I'm wondering if perhaps they did things out of order because a lot of the lessons addressed it. Or maybe skipped lessons. So please don't skip the lessons. You should have blog entries. Make sure those are being done. Now, the last thing I want to go over is sources. A lot of you guys did not cite your sources. Notice on my sample, there's a works cited page. Okay. My comment says you can build your works cited page by going to add-ons and accessing EasyBib. If you don't have EasyBib over here, which you probably do not, you go to Get Add-on and you choose EasyBib. Okay. Then what you do is when you have your source open, you go to EasyBib and you go to Manage. Okay. So I can choose my source and I will copy the web address and then I will hit website and paste it in and hit search. Notice there it is. That's my article. Then I'll hit select to let Google know. And then notice it's right there. Okay. Once I've collected all of them, I will hit add. And notice it added all 3 of them. Okay. In order, nicely formatted. Some of you guys forgot to tab over. Some of you guys put weird things in here. I couldn't even, the order was weird. Everything was weird about your works cited page. So I'm looking by next essay that you will have mastered the works cited page. So EasyBib is also its own website. So it's an add-on in Google Docs and it's also its own website. So if you don't like the add-on, you're more than welcome to go to easybib.com and it should pop right up. And it's the same thing basically. You go in, you paste it. It'll tell you what it found. A lot of times you might need to add something. So you'll need to look for the author. So let me open it back up. So you'll need to see if there's an author. Okay, sometimes it's at the front, or the top rather, and then sometimes it's at the bottom. Okay, and it doesn't look like there's an author who is identified on this one. Okay, so because there's not an author, you would skip it. Okay, so a lot of times, you might find that there's not an author. Sometimes the author is the website or the group. Okay, and then there's also publisher sponsor. Okay, what you do is you can go to the about page of any website, or which is sometimes at the bottom. Or for instance, you can go to about us or info. Here's info right here, and there's about. And it'll tell you the sponsor, which is like the company. Now, Teach Thought, it looks like is the name of the company. So if you notice, the website title is the same as the publisher or sponsor, so you can just leave that the way it is. You don't need to add it. Okay. Sometimes those are very different. All right. So then you fill in everything that you think you need to fill in, and then you hit create. And what you do is just hit the copy and paste button. Okay. And then you paste it into your essay. Okay. Super easy, but you need to master that. Notice here's last name, page number. Okay. Your name, teacher's name, class, date. You need a title. Notice all those fonts are the same size. Okay. Here's a step-by-step. This is my funky. Okay. All right, guys. So that's a quick review and overview of where we've been and where we're going. So please contact me if you have any questions. Don't forget about my virtual hours, which are Tuesday nights from 7:30 to around 9, and then or Thursday nights, I'm sorry, or gosh, Tuesday mornings from 7:45 to 9, and then I'm usually on also Thursday mornings from 7:45 to 9, and then Tuesday nights from around 7:30, 7:45 to 9. If these don't work, feel free to email me and we can do a video session. I've had a few people take advantage, mainly my literature students, but it's not something complicated or hard. If you just simply go to Moodle and you go up and you click my office hours link, and as long as you're logged into your Gmail, it'll pop up and you'll just hit join. Okay. And we can mutually agree to meet on here, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you'll just hit that link. I'll join, you'll join, and we can talk face to face. So take advantage of talking with me, meeting with me, and letting me know when you need any help. All right. I will be in touch.